featuring three-time world champion Wilfredo Vazquez versus Bernardo Mendoza as we close in on the first bout of our championship doubleheader. Well, when Wilfredo Vazquez met longtime champ Eloy Rojas for the title last May, many thought Vazquez was too old and too small to win. But the experience, power, conditioning, and heart of Vazquez vaulted him to his third world title with a stirring 11th round TKO. Tonight, Vazquez sets his sights on another ring veteran named Bernardo Mendoza, whose list of opponents is somewhat of a question mark. Oh, there's a great combination by Vazquez. Oh, straight right by Vazquez. Oh, down he goes.
Since I wasn't an amateur, everything I have had to learn in boxing has been in the professional ring.
He's the first to win 3 world titles in the same boxing organization, the WBA.
I am very proud to have accomplished that and to be the first in history to do that. And my name will be heard for many years to come because of that achievement, or as long as boxing exists. I will defend my current title as many times as possible. But at some point, I would like a shot at the 130-pound title without being stripped of my current title. There are other Puerto Rican champions who have won 3 titles, like Wilfredo Gomez, like Wilfred Benitez, and I would like to rise above them and win a 4th title in a 4th division.
So can Wilfredo Vazquez hold on to his 3rd world championship belt against a relatively unknown yet vastly experienced Bernardo Mendoza? Ferdy, how do you see this fight going?
Well, I think in competition, the competition obviously goes to the champion. He's been in great fights, whereas Mendoza has had a long but career against against hardly anybody. So therefore, I think with the desire and the capability that the champion has, I think this will be a fight that goes into the middle rounds, but a tough fight with the champion. Should retain his championship.
And talk about longevity. Vazquez turned pro back in 1981. That's a lot of ring wars. Has it taken its toll on him?
Well, I can only tell you what he told me yesterday. He wants to go until he's 40 years old. He wants to win a 4th title, be the only Puerto Rican to win a 4th title. Therefore, I think he wants to stick around a long time. It does take its toll, but then again, Mendoza's been in a lot of wars himself.
And Bobby Ches, I was very impressed with the way Vazquez came back to win his 3rd world title. He was really behind on the cards against Eloy Rojas. What did you think?
Well, Steve, you know as well as I do that going into that fight, he was already a 2-time world champion. So we know that he's had the abilities to win and win in crunch situations and pressure cookers. And that's what he was in. But with Rojas, I was extremely impressed with the way he overcame tremendous height and reach disadvantages. And when he hurt Rojas, he finished spectacularly. I'm expecting something similar from him here tonight. He looked great last time out.
All right, Bob, we're set to take a look at the challenger in the ring. And there he is, Bernardo Mendoza. And Bobby, this may sound weird, but is it peculiar to you that after 55 fights, Mendoza's nose is so perfectly intact?
Steve, even when I weighed 105 pounds, I was 13 years old, my nose had some dents in it. I can't imagine a guy has 50-some-odd professional fights and not be a little banged up or flat in the nose.
But on you, it looks good.
Thank you.
Well, despite his many fights, tonight represents only his first shot at a world title. He's fighting tonight for the first time in America. The former Chilean 115-pound and 118-pound champ, now campaigning at 126, his 3rd fight at this particular weight. All right, here is the champion, Wilfredo Vazquez, his first defense of the title, his 17th world title fight, 12-3-1 on those bouts, one of 20 triple division champs in boxing history. But Ferdy, is that somewhat misleading since, you know, there are so many subdivisions in boxing today, junior this and super that, etc.?
Yeah, I don't put any importance in it anymore. When there used to be just 8 divisions, if you could win 3, much less 4, you were some kind of freak of nature because it's not possible to do that. Now there is. It depends on your weight, on what time of the morning you get up and what kind of breakfast you had. I think our multi-weighted partner, Bobby Ches, depends on the breakfast, can be at 4 different weight divisions under today's conditions.
Bobby's breakfast always consists of Fruit Loops.
Yeah.
There are the 3 championship belts for Vazquez. Let's check the numbers as we take a look at the tail of the tape. Vazquez at 35, 2 years older than Mendoza. All the numbers fairly even, no major disparity. Mendoza 1 inch taller. He weighed in 3 pounds under the limit. and a slight 1.5-inch reach advantage for the challenger Mendoza. Vazquez was at a bigger disadvantage his last fight with Rojas, and he won. And the WBA rules for this title fight: 10-point must system scoring. 3 judges will score. No standing 8 count. 3 knockdown rule is in effect. The referee or the doctor can stop the fight. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell except in the last round. If an accidental foul occurs before the end of the 4th round, the fight is ruled a technical draw. If it happens after the completion of the 4th, they go to the cards. So here at the Fantasy Springs Casino in Indio, California, closing in on our first bout, the WBA Featherweight Championship, Wilfredo Vazquez versus Bernardo Mendoza. We're set for the formal introductions. Let's go up to our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you, and we welcome you to the beautiful Fantasy Springs Casino here on the reservation of the Cabazon Band of Mission Indians near Indio, California, as we have a big night of action coming away, brought to you by Don King Productions and Budweiser, the undisputed king of beers. This bout coming away is sanctioned by the World Boxing Association, the president Gilberto Mendoza, supervisor at ringside Manuel Landero, along with the California State Athletic Commission. The chairman is William Eastman. Introducing to you the judges scoring this bout from ringside: Hubert Earl, Gonzalo Riveras, and Larry Rosadia. Introducing to you our referee in charge of this bout, working in this, his 54th world title bout, Lou Moret. All right, fans, here we go with the WBA Featherweight Championship of the World, scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. Introducing to you first the challenger on my left, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white trunks and joining us from Santiago, Chile. He weighed in at 123 pounds. His record includes 49 wins, 6 losses, with 29 of his wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight he is attempting to be the first Chilean to win a world title. He is currently ranked the number 11 featherweight contender by the WBA. Please welcome tonight's challenger, Bernardo Chifeo Mendoza. And his opponent across the ring is the defending world champion on my right, fighting out of the red corner, wearing red trunks with white trim, hailing from Bayamon, Puerto Rico. He weighed in at the featherweight limit of 126 pounds. His record includes 46 wins, 7 losses, 3 draws, with 35 big wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome the 3-time world champion, known as El Gran Campeón Puertorriqueño, introducing Wilfredo Vazquez. Once again, our referee in charge, Lou Moret, now to give instructions.
Solamente 2, por favor. Wilfredo. Oui. 2 solamente, por favor. 2. Señores, este es por el campeonato mundial peso pluma. Cuidado con cabezas de adentro, pegan atrás. Los guiones, el aviso es ahorita. Dan la mano, espera la campana. Con suerte.
So we're getting set for this championship bout. The champion, Wilfredo Vazquez, showing much determination, fortitude, and endurance in winning the title last May. A courageous 11th round TKO over longtime champ Eloy Rojas. He can bang, and he certainly proved it in come-from-behind fashion. The challenger, Bernardo Mendoza, bidding to become the first fighter from Chile to win a world title. Not only his first fight in the United States, his first trip to America as well. He's been here about a week and feels well acclimated to the tricky altitude here. The WBA Featherweight Championship now officially underway, scheduled for 12. Third man of the ring is Lou Moret out of Eagle Rock, California. The champion, Wilfredo Vazquez, in the red trunks with the white trim. The challenger, Bernardo Mendoza, in the white trunks with the powder blue trim. Interesting sidelight going in. Vazquez manager Tudo Zabala Jr. managed Mendoza in '88. So Mendoza said he's out for revenge, feeling that his ex-manager handpicked him as an easy opponent for Vazquez. But Vazquez told us that if he feels Mendoza is a dangerous enemy because he comes in hungry and he has lots of experience.
You know, Steve, when they touch gloves, Vazquez, the champion, banged the gloves pretty hard, almost as if he had a little bit of a grudge going already.
Right now, all we see is an awful lot of movement by Mendoza, but meaningless movement. It's just like a nervous movement.
Vazquez feels he has the advantage because Mendoza is not used to fighting at 126. Mendoza was a national champion at 115 and 118, but tonight his third fight at this weight. Vazquez told us he's never seen Mendoza fight, although his people tell him he comes forward. He's strong, brave, and tough. Vazquez, a seasoned veteran, classic boxer puncher. He's a bundle of energy. We saw that against Eloy Rojas. Very aggressive pressure type fighter. Straight up.
And he goes to the body a lot. He's got these little short arms. He gets inside and pounds to the body. I think almost anybody he fights has got a reach advantage over him, but he seems to neutralize that by coming in and punching hard to the body. Never neglects the body. He just did that just that moment. He put a little hook to the body.
Right now he's showing a lot of patience, taking his time, getting a read on Mendoza, and I'm sure as this fight goes on, he's going to pick it up and put it together.
Oh, he's measuring him all right. He's just picking him here and picking him there, just testing the defenses all the way around, but you can see him zeroing in.
As you can see, Vazquez very busy, fast-paced, also economical with his punches. That one right off the top of Mendoza's head, who slipped it. He's got a good stiff left jab, which he uses to set up a sneaky, explosive right hand. Excellent tools, well-disciplined. We're talking about Vazquez, the champion in the red. Also a very good defensive fighter is Vazquez. Pretty good chin, knows how to deflect those punches with his arms and elbows. Mendoza in the white, the challenger, told us the last time he saw Vazquez fight was 8 years ago. Describes himself as a boxer puncher, uses both hands well. And he said he'll try to work the outside, but he is coming inside. The mistake Eloy Rojas made in the last fight was that he fought too often on the inside, and he had the advantages with reach and height. Heading for the bell, round one.
Estás muy ansioso. ¿Ah? Llévalo con calma, llévalo. Que ese está bajando. Trabájalo por abajo. ¿Viste? Pero no le enseñe los golpes, le está sacando los golpes, casi enseñándolo. ¿Ok?
Más cerrado, ¿ok? Más tranquilo. No busquen no caca y solo meterle las manos.
As main corner said, don't show your hands. Don't show them what you're going to do. You're just telegraphing your punch. Get under and pound the body, and of course, that he will do.
Oye, no te pongas loco tirando golpes. Asegurado, socio, y caminando. ¿Estamos?
He said, keep walking. Don't go crazy throwing punches. Walk and take it. Some blood coming right on his lip there. He must have split his lip. He's got some blood coming from it. That's it. Awful lot of Vaseline on there.
It is round two. Yes, a lot of Vaseline on the face of Bernardo Mendoza to try to prevent cuts. He told us yesterday in our meetings he does not cut. Vazquez's corner, you may have noticed, with a blanket over the fighter to keep him warm. The temperature in the high 50s, but dipping fast.
You know, I'm surprised to see Mendoza. In the first round, he came down in low, tried to work Vazquez's body, the shorter fighter, and crouched low inside, which doesn't seem to suit him or his style.
This is the mistake, as we mentioned, that Eloy Rojas made.
I always say, if you got a taller guy, why is he bending down to the little guy? Bending down equals him out. He's got the height. Stand back and use it.
You should fight Vazquez from a distance, right, Bobby?
Well, you know, it would make some sense. Vazquez appears to be a better puncher and a better fighter overall on paper, but sometimes what the bigger fighters do is they come inside, try to work a smaller fighter's body, because most of the time it's a smaller fighter who is working the body. No one ever works their body. Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't.
Those body punches are very debilitating, particularly in the legs, and it wears you down later in the fight. Vazquez 46-7-3 with 35 knockouts. He's 35 years old out of Bayamon, Puerto Rico. And Mendoza 49-6 with 29 KOs out of Santiago, Chile.
You see, being the bigger puncher, you would think that you would stay away from Vazquez's power as opposed to pulling into it, which is exactly what Mendoza is doing.
And he leans in. See how he leans in? He makes himself the same size as the other guy, negating his own advantage of size. I mean, every time I saw that happen, the taller guy leaning in is the one who gets creamed.
And Mendoza, not a knockout-type puncher. And Vazquez does have a solid chin. So all things pointing toward the favor of the champion, Wilfredo Vazquez here. Round 2 continues.
Maybe Mendoza corner thinks that he can outbox him, walking him around, getting frustrated, but the game plan's not working right now.
Vazquez told us his goal is to win 4 world titles, perhaps move up to 130 to do so, as he measures Mendoza out, missing with that left hook.
I'll tell you, there were some bad intentions on a few of those punches. He was looking to take his head off.
You could see, I mean, for the first time in the fight, he really loaded up 3 or 4 punches. 2 of them landed, but 2 of them didn't. But boy, he loaded up.
When Vazquez gets down into that deep crouch, he uncoils and really unleashes some vicious blows.
Right now, Vazquez is having a little difficulty gauging and timing Mendoza. He's not getting off the counters the way he wants to. He's having a little trouble with the awkwardness of Mendoza. And once he gets that in time and he's in tune with it, he's going to be dangerous.
Final seconds of the second round for the WBA Featherweight Championship.
Tiene que entrar bajito para que no coja un palo y trabaja abajo.
Tiene que velarlo con calma, está entrando mucho con la cabeza. Entonces la derecha no se le enseña, la están enseñando. Cuando tú saques esa mano, tienes que sacarla y traerla seguida, porque él te está atacando con el
All right, take a look and keep your eyes on Vazquez. You see him tightening up that, you see the right hand? It looks like it's a cock, like with a rifle. There it goes. He missed, comes back with a hook that missed, but he's not through. He's coming back for some more. There's the right hand. That did hit, and the other one just grazed his forehead.
Yeah, you can see him. He's got that right hand cocked, and he's kind of telegraphing what his corner told him not to do. Here you go again. He's reaching with a feeler-like left hand, just to unload that right hand, and he was trying to take his head off.
And that's exactly what the corner said to him again when he came back. He said, see, you did it again. You loaded up and you couldn't land because you showed him you were coming.
And here we go, round 3. Vazquez has retired 3 fighters, Eloy Rojas, Raul Perez, and Chan Yu Park. He said he'd love to fight Prince Nassim Hamed, who he feels hasn't fought anybody who can punch. Hamed, of course, scheduled to fight Tom Boom Boom Johnson February the 8th in London. Vazquez feels Johnson will win that particular fight.
What a great round robin that would be with those 3 fighters.
Yes. Meanwhile, Vazquez says first things first. He has to dispose of Chilean Bernardo Mendoza in the white trunks.
The referee, Lou Moret, the right referee for this fight, he speaks only Spanish to both fighters. So far, he's been very good, just saying, listen to my commands, break when I tell you to break.
Referee Lou Moret.
He says fuera, meaning out.
None of the fighters on this card here on Showtime speak English. As the temperature continues to drop here in Indio, California, it's now in the mid-50s. It started out close to 80 degrees this afternoon.
But it's the type of fight where you see a lot of 1-2 misses and then tying up and wrestling. And when they do that, that type of fight will take a toll on you physically. Condition, a big factor.
A ferocious straight right hand by Wilfredo Vazquez right on the jaw of Mendoza.
He's starting to get that timing down I was talking about.
It looked like he threw it all the way from left field. He wound up and came. What's that?
1 point holding.
1 point holding.
Lou Moret is taking a point away from the challenger Mendoza for holding.
Says you can't hold him. He said it in Spanish.
As if he already has enough problems. Now they take a point away. And now some low blows there by Vazquez. Moret didn't quite see it.
Well, he can ill afford that point. And I have to go put it on his credit card because he has he's not out in front.
You know, it's very much a tactic to hold and tie a fighter up when you're hurt or when he does certain things. The way Evander Holyfield beat Mike Tyson, tying him up on the inside. But technically, believe it or not, in the rule book, holding is illegal.
Look out, a push there. Wild shots by Mendoza, but Bertie and Bobby, he's leaving himself wide open.
Well, he has no regard for the fighter. He has no respect for the guy in front of him. He just figures this guy can't do anything to me. And sometimes that's a bad mistake.
Yeah, sometimes that work, you know, the best laid plans in my sometimes go astray, and he seems to be loading up with big shots a little bit too much. See that telegraph? So you can see it coming.
Mendoza is getting Vazquez very angry right now, and Vazquez looking to take it out on the man in front of him in vicious fashion. He's measuring him out with that left. There's a wide left hook, a glancing blow by Vazquez. They both missed. And at the bell, Mendoza did land on the forehead, but nothing too impactful.
Okay.
Very upset with the referee for taking the point away.
Okay.
Said, let him go when he comes in. Lift your left hand. His guy's throwing right hand bombs. Lift your left. Let's see why they took that point away. I really didn't see that it was that big a fault all during this round so far. I didn't see him doing it that much, but apparently the referee did. See, he's just holding on, but not behind the head.
Right. Well, see here, he won't let go, Freddie. That's part of the problem.
The referee got mad.
And there it is. He takes the point away from the challenger, Bernardo Mendoza, who's already well behind.
Yeah, well, you see, he lost a round. It's a 10-9 round. Now he lost a point on top of that. It's a 10-8 round. Well, he could ill afford it since he'd blown the other two rounds.
And now round 4, Bernardo Mendoza found out in round 2 why Vazquez is the champion, as he got hit with a number of good shots.
Vazquez, gentlemanly didn't take advantage of the slip. Mendoza slipped on the corner ice there, and he didn't take advantage of it. Very nice of. Ooh, nice right hand.
Right hand by Bernardo Mendoza that got the attention of Wilfredo Vazquez out of nowhere.
You know, I was just going to say there's a little bit of a welt around the left eye of Vazquez. One or two of those right hands must have landed, and another one just did.
And Mendoza continues to bore in on Vazquez. Vazquez looking to counterpunch.
One thing about Vazquez, he likes the action in close. He likes to fight. And he's not one of these guys that comes here to do a little different work. I mean, he comes in here, rolls up his sleeves, and he wants to go at it.
The left eye of Vazquez is, as you pointed out, Bobby, seems to be worsening.
It's getting red and ugly.
But you're right, Bertie. Vazquez likes to lure his opponent into a street brawl.
Yeah, he didn't mind getting hit. He doesn't mind at all, so long as he can come back with 2 or 3.
Oh, a short, crisp left hook by Vazquez, who has some answers for Mendoza.
You know, right now, Vazquez doesn't seem quite as strong as he did even just a round ago. There's a little momentum right here for Mendoza, but does he have what it takes to sustain?
Some wild swings and misses by Mendoza. And you see the duck under defensive moves by Vazquez. Straight right hand by Mendoza. Flush on the face of Vazquez. Every once in a while, he gets one in there.
And doing more damage inside than he was ever before. He landed all the hard shots inside there. I mean, I agree with Bobby. The momentum has swung here this round as he gets braver. That right hand made him brave.
Vazquez trying to get down to that deep crouch to avoid being such a big target.
You know, I think what's happened here is I think Mendoza has taken Vazquez out of his game plan a little bit, got a little angry and frustrated, making him try and almost get even immediately, and it's costing him here.
Well, Vazquez really using his ring savvy here, his experience. He's 35. You see the defensive moves. He's catching punches with his arms and his elbows. A lot of those punches by Mendoza are not getting through. Mendoza's big left hooks from time to time are connecting, taking some starch out of Vazquez's leg.
Well, he's landed some very good right hands. That's what's got him in the swelling, and that's not calculated to do you any good. I mean, they build up, and all of a sudden you're on the canvas if you don't watch out.
And as we continue to keep an eye on the eye of Vazquez, the left eye, there's a welt under the eye.
Tiene que bajar más abajo. Y subo arriba, más abajo y arriba, güey.
They just tell him to go under and go over.
Okay, Will.
Not much instruction in the corner.
Y no cojas esos palos innecesarios, sube esa mano, chico. Tú primero.
Arriba, está cogiendo mucha esa fuerza arriba.
All right, let's take a look at the right hand that woke up Vazquez and might have turned this round around. Didn't look that bad right there. But after, let's take another look at it.
You know, you take a look at it, he throws it right down the pipe, right inside the gloves, and it's on the button, and he landed 2 or 3 more and several follow-up combinations.
Yeah, let's take another look. I mean, Bobby, I'm not convinced that was such a big right hand. Look, I mean, that one was. See, if that's the same one, that different view looked different.
It looked more effective when it was live, but not so much on the replay.
Yeah,
he ducked away from it. He backed off.
Either way it landed, and I think that's the round I finally gave Mendoza.
That's the first round that he's won on
the perception of the judges will be that it was a good punch. As good as round 3 was for Vazquez, round 4 looked to be Mendoza's best thus far. Here we are, round number 5 for the WBA featherweight title. Wilfredo Vazquez in the red, a lunging Bernardo Mendoza, the challenger in the white. Vazquez looking sharp here as we begin round 5.
He seemed to get back to boxing, smart boxing. He's the one with the championship experience. Let him fight his fight, not let Mendoza dictate it, and that's a smart way to do it.
Vazquez looking very focused here.
Oh, very low, very low.
Mendoza already having a point taken away for holding a few rounds ago. And now a low blow. Now Mendoza going to the bicycle.
I'll tell you what, Vazquez uses his legs very well. He moves out of danger very well. He's a good defensive fighter. He knows how to use his legs to move out of danger. He doesn't stay there and take the punch.
Classy fighter, well disciplined. There's a slapping left hook by Vazquez that backed Mendoza up. Mendoza tries to counter.
Right now, Vazquez is looking to counter with big shots. He's got to just ease up a little bit, not load up quite so much, let the combinations flow.
Vazquez is head hunting now. He's going upstairs. And then Mendoza trying to answer back with a wild left hook, a swing and a miss.
Well, Vazquez is back on track. I mean, this round, he got discombobulated that last round.
Referee Lou Moret has to break them up. He's been a busy man. He touched gloves. Vazquez missing with that right hand, the overhand right. No more holding, says Moret.
And butting. I mean, both guys have complained about butting hits.
We've seen just about every foul now there is in the book.
Well, I don't think either one of those was intentional, though. I mean, neither the low blow nor the headbutts.
Mendoza's just ducking. He's coming in. He's throwing a shot.
Oh, there it is.
Big right hand.
Big right hand by Vazquez. Down goes Mendoza. Mendoza down for the 3rd time in his career. 55 fights. Oh, he did. Did he make it? He just made it.
He just made it, but I don't think he's going to make it too much longer.
Through the round, yeah. This could be
in trouble. This is over.
Vazquez, they throw the towel from the Mendoza corner, and this one is over.
You could see he didn't know where he was. He got up. I'm not even sure he tried to beat the count. He just stood up because his body almost reacted. It was a great right hand, and you see again, punching power, the patience of a champion.
It was strictly instinctive that he got to his feet at 10.
Yeah, it's a very good thing that they stopped. Well, it was pointless to continue. But those right hands that he was throwing, one of them was going to land. And when it did, it had the signature of knockout on it.
So there you have it. Wilfredo Vazquez has done it, makes his first defense of the WBA Featherweight Championship, raising his record in World Championship fights to 13-3-1. And overall now, as he's hoisted on the shoulders of his manager, Tuto Zapala Jr., 47-7-3. At the age of 35, Wilfredo Vazquez, literally and figuratively, on top. He's one of only 20 men in boxing history to win 3 world titles. And let's take a look at some of the action.
Well, here you see a classic right, overhand right on the button. Mendoza lazy with his jab, lets it stay down, and doing what he does, Vazquez over the top. Here you see we'll have another look at it, and he comes again. He puts that jab and he lets it fall, and bang, over the top, picture perfect, looping overhand right on the jawline, and you can see how hurt Mendoza really is. And this is pretty much the coup de grace. The fight's practically over. He is out on the ropes. He's just trying to survive. He gets hit now at another right hand on the chin, right on the chin line, and this fight's over. He's out.
It is all over for Bernardo Mendoza as we take one more look.
And once again, right before he gets hit with this right hand, the corner had already thrown in the towel, so it was academic, but what a exclamation point put on that statement. Beautiful right hand.
Big finish for Wilfredo Vazquez, who retains his WBA Featherweight Championship. Gets the hugs from his handlers and has some post-fight comments right there. Let's get the official time from our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a time of 2 minutes 37 seconds of round number 5. Our referee in charge, Lou Moret, stops the contest. He's the winner by way of knockout and still champion, Wilfredo Vazquez.
Wilfredo Vazquez retains his WBA featherweight title, his first defense of the title as Bernardo Mendoza slips to 49-7. The question now, will Vazquez look to unify the title against either IBF champ Tom Boom Boom Johnson, flashy WBO champ Prince Nassim Hamed, or WBC champ Luis Espinoza? Time will tell. Coming up next, boxing's lightest weight class, the strawweights take center stage as we go into the dressing room of longtime